Okay kids, this is the last video for today's lesson, example 4. I will put the answer key on the website or leave up in the classroom, but there will be no video for example 4. So example 3 here, we need to do it all. We have this blank spot. So step 1, when we have to do our BCA or limiting reactant problems or stoichiometry problems, is to write our reaction. So I have nitrogen gas, and I like to give myself some space. Hydrogen gas, because you saw what we're going to put in there, a row, and then, oops, I forgot my 2 moles of ammonia. And then we got to set up our before, so how much or what did the question give us? And the question gave us 3 moles of nitrogen and 6 moles of hydrogen, and I do not know how much ammonia that is. And as I said before, I like to highlight that. Come back, pen. So let's do our change here. So I'm going to subtract out our 3 moles of nitrogen. Obviously that's 0. Subtract out our 3 moles of nitrogen. And I started with 1 mole of nitrogen to 3 moles of hydrogen. So 1 goes into 3 times 3 means I need 9 moles. Do I have 9 moles of hydrogen available? I only have 6, so I don't have enough. Now, when you do these, your first one isn't always going to be not enough. Just today's example, so that we got more practice, I made sure that our first one didn't give us the answer, but sometimes your first one does give you the answer. So don't assume that it's never going to give you the answer. Like I said, in our first little practice today, I just made sure I gave you the questions in that way. So we can't do this one. So now what if we use the 6 moles of hydrogen? Obviously 6 minus 6 is 0. Let's figure out how much nitrogen I would need then. So I had a 3 in front, so 3 moles of hydrogen to 1 mole of nitrogen. So 3 goes into 6 2 times. Times 1 means I would only need 2 moles of nitrogen. So for every 6 moles of hydrogen, I need 2 moles of nitrogen. Do I have enough? Yes. So let's make our little after row. So, remember, I like to highlight. And I'll have highlighters out for you guys when you're doing these problems. So 3 minus 2 gives us 1 mole of nitrogen left over. And then 6 minus 6 is 0 moles of hydrogen left. And then I got to figure out how much product. So take my 6 moles of hydrogen. And from where I was to where I'm at. And that's how you do your little ratio. Where you were to where you are now. Where I was to where I am now. That's how you figure out your ratio. So 3 goes into 6 2 times. 2 times 2 is 4. So I have 4 moles of ammonia made. So the questions here, A, how many moles of ammonia were made? So let's answer that. A, I made 4 moles of ammonia. And then the second question was, what was your limiting reactant? So boys and girls, with the limiting reactant, that was the one that was used up first. So my limiting was hydrogen. And question C was, what is my excess and how much? And I had 1 mole of nitrogen excess. And that is it for videos today, kids. I hope these videos helped. Hopefully you can look back at these videos when you don't understand. And that's it. This was video number 4.